All right, guys, we're back. I'm gonna add Shamayim now. There we go. So we're waiting for him to come on. There he is. Hello, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm blessed. How are you? Can you hear me? Well,
Yeah, I can hear you.
okay. Welcome, welcome.
Great.
Are you in Paris though?
I always post a little bit delayed,
Okay, okay,
so
okay.
I'm
I was
literally
like, it's
like,
like 1 o'clock in the morning there.
nah. But I am. Yeah, I'm back now.
Got you, got you.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much for joining. First of
my
all,
pleasure.
you guys don't like I don't know Shemayim personally. Like I just Spirit said to shoot my shot and I did. But what you don't know is that you are a part of my whole like makeup. Like when I used to live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and like 2006 is when I got there, and that's when I was really like discovering myself. I went there for college, so really discovering myself, discovering fashion wise what I like, modeling and all these things. I loved to model back then. Still do, but just on my own, accord. But you are someone that I was, your work, your everything. I was just like, oh my gosh, I got to shoot with him, and I
Thank
just,
you.
yes, and but unfortunately, the industry, um, it's different.
Mhm.
It's different. Back then, you had to be a size zero and this and that. And although I'm not like I'm skinny and but not I wasn't skinny enough. So it kind of just put a bad taste in my mouth, and I kind of was like, oh, whatever. But it ventured into other things, which is you here on my creative conversations, which I never could have even imagined. I didn't even know that this is something that I would create. So I thank you for being here. Yeah, so please introduce yourself, and then we'll keep going.
Cool. It's a pleasure to connect with you, and thank you for inviting me. Um, and that's always important. I feel like no matter what platform it is, I always want to say thank you because
Mhm.
this is a community. And I know that that was the topic that you wanted to mention was like community and social media. And um, to finish introducing myself, because I have a tendency to jump around.
So do I. Don't worry.
um, my name is Shamayim, and I've been a professional fashion photographer since 2005. And I first started fashion photography because I wanted to change the paradigm of the fashion industry for originally for Black women because I
Mhm.
was dating a model at the time and I just hated her photographs. She was a very classy woman, beautiful Black woman, and highly intelligent. And but when we started dating like in high school, going into college, and so when I saw the type of photographs that she was taking, I had no idea about the fashion industry. And
Mhm.
I mean, this is late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
I'm running around with FUBU and Fat
Yeah.
Form and all of that kind of stuff. She was in high school wearing like stuff I couldn't pronounce at the
Right.
time. And we just knew that she dressed fresh, but we didn't know what Givenchy or Louis Vuitton and all that. We didn't know what all that
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
was. You know, it wasn't Fat Farm. But she was starting to model, and she was back then. I think that the direct direction for black models was like men's magazines. If you weren't Tyra Banks or Naomi Campbell at that time, it was just like Smooth Magazine, Black Men Magazine,
Yeah.
King Magazine.
Yeah.
And so she was doing shoots like that. And I'm like, your granddad owns a bank.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like, what are we doing right now? And I'm
Yeah.
like, I could take better photographs of you than that.
Yeah.
And I legit went and bought a Kodak Easy Saver disposable camera.
Mm.
Back then it was down south, so back then it was
Yeah.
Eckert's drug, and I
Yeah.
went and
Wow.
bought a little disposable camera, took some photographs of her, and I've been addicted since then. But I knew that I was a fashion photographer when I went on a spiritual journey. with my best friend at the time. It was
Mhm.
2004, and we went on a journey. We read The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, and at the time it was still like a thing. Now it seems so cliche to bring up The
Yeah,
Alchemist.
yeah.
Unfortunately, every influencer has recommended that book. But anyway, we read everything by Coelho, everything. And
Mhm.
there was this one book, I think it was The Valkyries. It
Mhm.
was a book about, I believe, him and his wife driving into the desert of Arizona to go and meet their guardian angel.
Mhm.
Now that just took me. I'm already into esoteric stuff and the occult,
Yeah.
so I was like, "Oh, we're
Yeah,
doing a
yeah.
road trip."
Yeah,
And so my
yeah.
best friend and I, we literally did a road trip after reading that book. And she was from Arizona, so we drove into the deserts of Arizona and did not have any directions. Back then, we
Mhm.
didn't have navigation on the phone, so it was literally like
MapQuest.
MapQuest, printing out the MapQuest directions, and that led us. No, this is what we did. We actually made a list of used bookstores and used record stores,
Mm.
and we just drove to them. We didn't know
That's
where we were
amazing.
going. We just ended up in the Grand Canyon, and we hiked down there. We saw this sign, and it was a big sign telling us how many people died of dehydration. And
Mm.
this was like in the summertime in
Yeah,
Arizona.
yeah.
So we were like, you know what? Let's do it. And I was not prepared at all for the Grand Canyon,
Yeah.
but it was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. But we went down there and met with the Hopi Native American tribe.
Mm.
I'm going to leave a big part of that out because it's
Mhm. Mhm.
going into my
Sacred.
memoir. I
Yeah.
know it's going in my memoir,
Oh,
but
okay.
um, put it like this: I came out of the Grand Canyon as a fashion photographer.
Ashe.
Like I just
Ashe.
knew. So
Ashe.
I didn't meet with my guardian angel directly like I thought that I was going to, but I did.
But you did.
My guardian
Absolutely.
angel was me. And
Absolutely.
so my best friend and I, we took rocks. When we got back to the top of the Grand Canyon, we wrote who we were on the
Mm.
rocks and we threw them over the side of the Grand Canyon and as a symbol of killing our old selves.
Ashe.
So a lot of times when like photographers or even models come to me and they were like, what do I do? I'm at this stage in my life where I want to go and do this creative art full time,
Mhm.
but I need to keep this 9 to 5 to pay the bills. And I'm like, I can't, I'm not good
And navigating that for you.
giving you advice on that
Yeah.
because I literally, well,
Yeah.
symbolically killed my old self
Yeah.
to become who I am right now. And that's not made for most people.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I'm like, keep that Amazon job, stay working there. You're safe there. You're fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like you. Like, I
Yeah.
really do believe I am God and I can
Yeah.
do whatever. Like,
Yeah.
we're not the same. Don't do
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
did. Don't follow my path. This is for the initiated.
Yeah.
Uh, but it took me, like, by killing my old self,
Mhm.
I had to commit to becoming that in which I am.
Ashe.
So because before that, I spent 10 years studying theology. I just wanted to find God all over the world.
Mhm.
And so I had no idea that I was going to become a fashion photographer
Ashe.
until God came and snatched my little black butt up in the Grand Canyon and was like, hey, you're my priest, and
Ashe.
this is how you're going to deliver my message.
Mhm.
And so for early in my career, I was obsessed with telling stories of God until this industry was just like, who do you think you are, Mr. Spiritual?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
Exactly.
it hurt because it was like, I don't photograph women. I don't photograph men. And it's very difficult. Well, it used to be very difficult to communicate that
Mhm.
because I'm
Mhm.
trying to explain to my models on set, I'm like, the reason why I'm shooting you from this angle is because I want the viewer to look up to you because you're God. And they're
Ashe.
like, what are you talking about? There's
Yeah.
only one
Yeah.
God. And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it wasn't even really like some corporate people telling me to tone that stuff down. It was my people. And
Yeah.
that's when I knew, to get back full circle, that I needed to create a new industry in which there is a new community in
Mhm.
fashion.
Mhm.
Because to me, fashion is sacred. Fashion photography to me is, that's my religion.
Yeah.
And I can't explain that to people, nor do I care to anymore. I'm
Yeah. Oh my
43 years
gosh.
old. I'm tired of explaining stuff to people
Ah,
who just don't get it. Like when I say like your religion is that in which you believe you are serving the Most High. Simple.
period.
And
Period.
so every time I pick that camera up, I tell this on set all the time. I'm like, do you all understand every time I pick that camera up, how many people I feed?
Mm-hmm.
How many people eat off of that?
Ashe.
Like I'm doing God's work, you know? Like
Ashe.
my models, I have the responsibility of immortalizing them. They will live forever in that photograph.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a responsibility to me
Yeah.
as a creator, as a priest, that I want to tell the highest story of you. You may not see yourself as God, and I'm tired of trying to
Ashe.
convince you of that,
Yeah.
but you may see the photograph
Yeah.
and change your mind.
Yeah.
Let alone, there's some little girl in Zimbabwe who walks to an internet cafe because they don't have internet, and they just go there and see my photographs, and they see themselves, and then they
That's
see
right.
God in you.
That's right.
Because 20 years ago when I started, it was just Naomi and Tyra. They weren't looking like
And
gods.
not even in, I was about to say, not even in that image. It was still in the image of what the industry wanted them to be.
That's what I'm saying. Like they couldn't see themselves as God because the industry, that's against the industry's agenda, you know?
Mm-hmm.
There, and I'm like, I used to be upset with that because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, everything here is glorifying that culture. That's their job,
Yeah. Yeah.
is to glorify their culture.
Yeah.
It's their job to glorify their women. They're doing their job.
Yeah.
It's my job to do it for my women. And so when I said that publicly, and then I got attacked by a slew of feminists because they were like, who do you think you are to tell? I'm like, who do I think I am? I'm God.
Yeah.
I'm doing what God told me to do. I could
Ashe.
care less about y'all goofy ass energy in the fashion industry and all of y'all agendas. You can go on somewhere with that feminist stuff. I love my women.
That's right.
I love my women more than I love myself.
Ashe.
So, and it shows in my work. That's why
Mm-hmm.
I can't listen to this goofy industry liberal bullshit. It's
Because you know what? They take it from us anyway.
that's all. It's not even just taken from us. It's theft.
Theft.
Let's just
Yeah.
call it what it is.
They,
You
yeah.
know? And I don't even care to even fight that battle anymore.
Yeah.
My only, if there is a battle, is to build community amongst each other to where we're not separated based upon gender,
Mm-hmm.
where the men and the women in my community are fighting against each other instead of fighting against the real threat,
Right.
the annihilation of our culture,
That's
because
right.
it's becoming amalgamated into multiculturalism. No, no, I won't allow that to
Yeah.
happen. So then they go and say, oh, well, AI is going to change it all. No, my people's bloodline comes from Africa,
Mm.
the, the
Ashe.
youngest population on earth. They could care less about your weird AI stuff over there. They're over
That's
there
right.
building real things over there. I shoot for them.
Yep.
The youngest population on earth. I shoot for them.
Ashe.
You see? Because I don't have to convince them. Like I have to do adults here that they're
Mm-hmm.
God.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to convince the youth over there. I can reach them right now and show
Right.
them through the photographs.
Right.
You know, when they see that beautiful Sudanese model and
Mm-hmm.
she's leaning on a fence in Paris, and I'm like, y'all don't get it. I'm shooting her in front of these symbols because I need you all to understand. We're putting our flag back in the ground.
Oh,
Every time I take a picture of them in front of one of their landmarks, I'm putting our flag back in the ground. That's community.
that's
I'm putting
right.
a flag back in there not as a flag of war, but as a flag of come. I need y'all to see we out here. I need
That's
y'all to see
right.
my black ass out here.
That's right. That's
Shooting in
right.
Iceland, shooting in
Yeah.
Antarctica, shooting in South.
Yeah.
The more you see me, the more it's normal to you.
Yeah.
Then we can have a conversation. Now we can have community because
Yeah.
you see that you don't have to go and find yourself through somebody else, through another community,
That's
through
right.
another culture, because you think that's the only way to be successful in this industry. No, I'm gonna take my black ass and I'm gonna drive something real fast on my Instagram stories with the doors going up like that, so you can see me hopping out of that thing, and you know that a black man is driving it. And he didn't do it from selling drugs. He didn't do it
Hmm.
from stealing from his community. He did it from utilizing the tools that the Most High gave him, just like
Ashe.
you. Because what's
Without
my
gatekeeping.
with
Without gatekeeping.
gatekeeping? I've been knocked that door down. There's no gates here no more. Not
Yeah.
not if you coming after me.
Right.
I run into the gates. I've been doing this for 20 years. I run
Hmm.
into the gates. I learned a couple years ago that I was made to run into the gates so
Mm.
that that next generation don't have nothing in front of
Okay.
them. It's
Okay.
fine. I'm fine because I know what I'm made of. I'm made super strong. I'm a former gang member in the
Ashe.
fashion industry right now.
Ashe.
What you gonna do to me? You
Ashe.
listening? Y'all don't scare me. Y'all weird. Y'all
Yeah.
goofy.
Yeah.
So I'll
Yeah.
deal with all the goofy energy from this industry so that the next generation don't have to, so that they can keep running. So when this industry says, "Oh, print is dead. Don't create any magazines. AI is taking care of it." I'm like, no, we have to have print.
That's right.
We have to have print because we need evidence of our glory. So that's why they're trying to tell photographers to stop being photographers because AI is going to take. No, they want us to stop recording, stop documenting.
Yeah.
You know, no, I need us in front of the
I think
camera.
everybody, and this is another reason why I created this platform. Everybody, as much as we are on this on social media and portraying our lives in a way that is not actually, I'm not gonna hate on anybody whose life is glamorous and all these things, but it's just not sustainable every second of your life, right? And so
What's
to
not
see
sustainable?
the for let me say this, I'm not going to say not sustainable at all, like it's not a possibility, but everybody's life right now is not a glamorous life in the way that we were taught to portray and to make things seem as they are on social media. And so what I'm trying to say is I know for me right now, everybody wants to see something a little bit more real, right? A little bit more, like you said, more of the communication, more of like, who are you as an individual? What is your soul? What is your spirit? Like, what do you invest in? What do you believe in? What is your, other than just, oh, I just make this glamorous thing, or I'm just out here getting money, getting the Birkins, getting this and that. Like, it's just, I feel like people, and I know again for me, I want to see something a little bit more real. I want to see the process in which it took, not um to copy what it is that you're doing, but to see that it's possible, to see that, okay, if I'm an artist and I know that how I started my artistry, I didn't have the resources that everybody else has. Like, I'm a wearable artist, I make shoes, and as much as I want to get those shoes manufactured the way that I want to, I just don't have the resource to do it. So what did I do? I started with what I had. I picked up a shoe and started actually painting on that shoe, using it as a canvas. So being able to, again, see the process and see how we have always used our resources to create the realities that we wish to be in.
But I feel we're missing the greatest resource,
Mm-hmm.
which is community.
Ashe, exactly.
There's no reason why you should not have had the means to just get on your Instagram and put a story up or a post up and say, hey guys, I'm about to start a new company and this is what it is. I'm going to do I want to do a mastermind brunch on the second Sunday of next month.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever's interested, can you join me for brunch? And then as a community, we show up and I'm like, yeah, okay, I understand you need this, and this for this company to go to the next level because my actual educational background is in actually advertising and marketing. So I'm
Okay.
like, I paid them folks $60,000 for this degree. I'm gonna help my sister.
Yeah.
Here's the information that I know could take you to the next stage. And Another one of our sisters joins us, and she's like, okay, I know a manufacturer. They're based in Ethiopia. Let me reach
Mm-hmm.
out to them for you. And another one is like, I know somebody who's really great with dyeing. Let me reach out to them for you. That's community. And I feel like that's what we're lacking. It's
Yes.
because we're living in this very toxic society where it's meism. That's not our natural culture. That's not
Yeah.
our natural way of life. And so we're so disoriented because we know that we need each other, but one, we tell each other that, oh, your ego is stopping you from asking for help. It's not our ego.
Mm-mm.
It's not our pride. It's the fact that we know our people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Unfortunately,
a fact. Yeah.
we also, the vulnerability is risky for social media. Somebody goes and screenshots that and then they put it out there and be like, look at this thirsty ass, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I got to the point just recently, literally just within, I want to say, the last 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
to where I'm like, to get back to what you were saying about
Mm-hmm.
you want to see something real. And I'm like, I wanted to start this series called Dear Industry for
Mm-hmm.
years, for
Mm-hmm.
5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried and I would stop, tried and I would stop because it felt so unnatural for me to talk on camera.
Yes. Yes.
And I was just
Same.
like, I feel lame, I feel
Same.
corny, I feel la la la. And then I just got to a point where tragedy hit last year
Mm-hmm.
on multiple levels,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized that nobody checked on me. Very,
Mm-hmm.
very few people did. And then I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, wow, this industry is an illusion. These aren't real friends. I thought that for 20 years, I thought these people really loved me. So then I realized it was like two or three that I heard from, and I was like, that's my tribe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I pulled back from everything and everyone else, and then I just poured into those three. And then by pouring into those three, I also found my truth.
Mm-hmm.
When I realized that nobody really cares,
That's
none of these
right.
people on social media care. They really are watching your page like it's a reality show to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
They don't care if your dog just died. They were just like, oh, that's a sad episode. I hope
Yeah.
it's better the next episode.
Yeah.
We like to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
entertained. And so when I realized that that's what it is, and then I'm like, okay, I also feel like I wasn't being authentic with clients because
Mm.
we have to code check and all of that kind of stuff. I'm tired of it.
Oh yeah.
When
Oh
I
yeah.
realized that I was even curating my social media for clients that aren't hiring me, because
Right.
I'm like, I'm doing all this and making sure I'm talking like this because for my whole career, I felt like I had the entire black universe on my back. That's what my
Mm-hmm.
ex-girlfriend told me. She was like, I can't stay with you because I feel like you hold all the black people on your back and that's annoying. So I'm like, you're right. Call it what it is. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But then I had to learn, I'm like, I'm not talking to us though. On my videos, I'm like, dear industry,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't talk like that. And so then I was like, you know what? If they say I talk and sound too ethnic or I this, so be it.
Yeah.
And then I got to the point where I'm like, this goes back to community. I'm like, at the end of the day, this goofy ass industry that I work in, because I don't live
Mm-hmm.
in it, I work in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
big difference. I was like, I can bounce and go home. I can go to Africa at any given moment where there are tons and tons of markets that will pay me my worth and my value
That's right.
and will treat me like that in which I am. Where
That's
I'm
true.
sitting up here like trying to prove and shuck and dance for these goofy fashion people here. No, I can go home. And
That's
see,
right.
that's what we really need to realize in the diaspora. We can go home.
That's right.
We have family. We have a home. We have actual people who need our services,
That's Shay.
who need our services. Because these people here, mm-mm, even the models, I find half of the time I'm just in conflict with the models of my own culture because they find value and the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be on the cover of all of
Mm-hmm.
those people's magazines, and then their self-esteem is roach high because that culture don't want you. But you don't want to be home
That's
where
right.
we love you, where I love you.
That's right.
You want to go and give praise to these other very established photographers,
Mm-hmm.
and I get it. You think that that's where the credit is, that you think that's where the validation is, because you don't see your your community
And that's all we've
as
been
being
taught.
valuable.
Mm-hmm.
We've
From
been
the
conditioned.
history, even
It's con-
before, and not even about fashion, from the beginning. That's all we've been taught.
Absolutely, it's conditioned,
Yeah.
and it's like nobody has a problem if a Chinese or a Korean photographer only works with Chinese or Korean talent. Nobody says you need to diversify your book.
Mm-hmm.
They only
Mm-hmm.
come at my brothers and my
Mm-hmm.
sisters like that. I find that weird. I find that
Yeah.
goofy energy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how? Why do I need to diversify?
Yeah.
My women and my brothers are the most diverse on earth.
Yep.
We can be as white as your blazer and
Yep.
as dark as my shirt
Yep.
and everything in between. Why do I need to diversify? That's goofy energy.
Yeah.
It's because we lack community. Our models complain all the time that they're not getting the big campaigns, they're not walking and closing for the big
Mm-hmm.
shows. And I'm like, so
Yeah.
that's your fault.
Yeah.
When was the last time you purchased a black luxury designer? They can't afford to hire you because you don't buy their stuff. You're too
Ashe.
busy running
Ashe.
around. Look at my Louis bag. Look at my
Ashe.
Birkin bag. Come
No matter
on.
how much they disrespect us too, that's the shit that
Every
it blows
day.
my mind. It blows my mind. You
So they're going
literally
through
see the
token stuff.
black face. You see all these things that they're doing. They make an apology, and then oh, okay, you know what? Damn, that shit is fly. What? And there's actual artists like myself, other artists that make shit from their hands that charge you the prices, not even close to the prices
Uh-huh.
of these other designers that are making
That's your
shit
fault.
by machines
But that's your fault.
in China.
You should be charging more. That's why they
No,
don't respect you.
it's not. I'm not charging, but they're also not buying. That's the thing.
But that's because we lack community. The
Yes,
whole reason of this. Because if we
absolutely.
had, then we will hold each other accountable. Because we
Hmm.
don't have community, we don't have shame.
Hmm.
And because we don't have shame, we're walking around doing goofy stuff.
But also, let me say this with that, right? I would also, because our community is so hierarchy focused that
Mm.
my shame and your shame are two different shames at the end of the day.
Go into that more.
Because people are going, nobody knows, not nobody, but you know what I'm saying, quote unquote. I don't have a platform. I don't have a lot of people who actually
Okay.
know who I am. You do. People know who you are. People are going to respect you more than they would me because they're like, oh, who is this? But I know Shemayim. He's shot for Netflix. He's shot for this magazine, this, that, and that. So the shame that you put out there is going to be quote unquote accepted more than if I were to say something. So for instance, right now, I'm in this competition. It's a style icon competition. Elton John, he does it, I guess, every year for his AIDS Foundation.
Okay.
You win $20,000, you get a feature in flaunt, and get to go to the Versace show in Milan. I want that money because I have some stuff that I would really like to do with
You
it,
don't even
right?
gotta explain that. Of course you want the
Yeah,
money.
right. But and also like I'm very big on what do you call it? I can't even think, anthropology and just I can't philanthropic endeavors. And
Okay.
so I want to bring focus to the AIDS Foundation. Like we have a lot going on in this world where people, especially people who have AIDS and all these different illnesses, are going to lose their insurance. And it's going to be a problem. So yes, I want to bring awareness to that.
You just did, because I didn't even think about that until you said that right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's not only like I'm finding this year that I am finally being more selfish with myself. So yes, I'm putting myself out there, but it's also about again raising that. But the whole reason I'm saying this is that I'm not a person who solicits anything, right? And so people have to vote for you. And I'm on here every day. Hey guys, can you vote for me? Vote for me. Vote for me. Da, 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 vote for me. Can you, vote for me? Okay, guys, I'm in third place now. I gotta be number one to win. Can you vote for me? I have 3,000 followers or whatever. It's like maybe 10% of my followers, voting for me, and it's like,
Because you haven't converted your followers into your community.
right, absolutely, you're 1,000% right. And I
Why?
feel like my community is, and that's why I did Creative Conversations on a separate page, because
Got you.
that's going to be more of my community than my own actual page, right? My
But
page,
why?
I don't know why. I
Only
don't know
reason why
why.
I'm asking is because ever since I had an Instagram, I had two accounts.
Mm-hmm.
I had what I called my personal page, and then I had my branded page, this
Mm-hmm.
page,
Mm-hmm.
until last year.
Mm-hmm.
I deleted the personal page
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like, why am I splitting myself? God is one.
That's true.
And I love calling God the multi-faced God because God represents himself in all of his creation.
Absolutely.
And so, and I'm like, I'm not going to separate that in which I am because I felt like I was like, oh, I'm able to be more authentic on my personal page. I don't have to worry about being canceled because I said some politician is goofy. Like, and then I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I need to find my tribe.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't do that if all I'm doing is just like curating and polishing my brand for clients that aren't booking me on this page.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when I ended that page and was like, I'm just going to focus on this page because I had turned this page into a portfolio. It was just my
Mm-hmm.
photography. People were booking me and they were like, I didn't even know what you look like. And I'm like, hmm.
For a long time, I did not know what you look like.
See, okay, that's not good.
Yeah.
I can't attract my tribe
Mm-hmm.
if I'm blocking them by being like, oh, well, I can't show you guys the real me. Nah, I'm Batman, son.
Yeah.
I and it's funny because once I started doing the videos, the Dear Industry videos, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, you know what? Because I know me, I'm a perfectionist. I wanted professional lighting, I wanted professional camera work, and I was just blocking myself from just doing it. So one day I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna grab this phone and I'm just gonna post it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got over that initial uncomfortable feeling of shame,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I built this brand where I'm so this, I don't want to come out. It just, I was just talking, and I told myself, I'm not going to talk to 60,000 followers. I'm going to talk to one of my students.
Mm-hmm.
And that's who I've been talking to on my Dear Industry.
Yeah.
I just look at the camera like I'm talking to one of my students.
Yeah.
And what I found is that I have so many more genuine followers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Every day I'm getting people actually not just following, but actually like engaging
Yeah.
because I'm not polishing what I'm saying. I'm just talking. And I'm like, yo, I just came off of YouTube. All these photographers on there, they're white boys. They look like they're 50 years old. They wearing flannel shirts. Y'all don't dress like that. Why y'all listening to them? So,
That's a fact. That's a
and that
fact.
what happened was that attracted those who look like me, who speak like
Mm-hmm.
me. And I'm not saying just look like me in color either.
No, no, no,
I'm
no.
talking
In
about
spirit, and yeah.
there's some white boys out here in Brooklyn who like, I can't relate to these goofy photographers out there. I
Yeah.
understand the way you talk. And I'm like, you my people then.
Yeah, yeah,
So
fact.
like my dialect is a mixture of my background. It's Southern mixed with
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn, mixed with LA. And there are other people out there, other African Americans who like,
Mm-hmm.
you talk like my cousin.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
before I was like, dear industry, ha
yeah.
ha 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 ha. Ha. This is my safe voice. This is my set voice. This does
Yeah,
not make my clients feel intimidated. Like,
yeah,
get intimidated. I'm
yeah.
black on both sides. I love that in which I am. I love my
Mm-hmm.
people. I love your people. I love going to
Yeah,
China and seeing Chinese people.
yeah,
I
yeah,
like going to Japan and seeing Japanese people in
yeah.
their culture,
That's
doing their
right.
thing. And if I want to come in and be like, yo, let's collaborate, mix the cultures up a little bit, that's cool with me. But community is where it all starts.
Mm-hmm.
First, we have to have a concrete cultural community before we can go and build our creative community. Because
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you got to go home sometimes
Yeah.
because everybody in your creative community is not going to be able to relate to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're going to want to go back to your culture community for that. It's okay to have different kinds of communities. My dad taught me that. He was like, all people aren't for everything.
Yeah.
You know, just because they black over there does not mean they're going to be able to understand your vision of fashion photography. Maybe the Koreans get it better.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my black ass up and started traveling the world and seeing like, oh, this is how y'all see God? Cool. I never
Mm-hmm.
thought about it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is how you all see fashion? Cool. I'm gonna take
Mm-hmm.
that back to Brooklyn.
That's
Like
right. That's right.
that's what it's supposed to be like. Not community as in
Inspiration and not
borders.
appropriation as well.
That's what it's always been about with human beings. Like until colonialism took over. Communities have always been able to mix and mingle. That's
Mm-hmm.
what the Nile River was for. That's what the Indus Valley region was for. That's what the Mississippi River, the Amazon River for.
Mm-hmm.
Different cultures coming together on those waters, communicating, exchanging ideas and goods and services.
That's right.
Not to take over. I don't want to make you see God the way I see God.
And ah,
Your journey is your journey. If you want to call him Jesus, by all means, if that feels good to your soul, go forth. I call him Shemayim.
gosh.
You know?
Ashay. You know who
So,
did
I
a
mean,
really good job of that, which like just I guess on display, quote unquote. But I remember listening to and I forgot the name of this album, but Jay Electronica is not the most recent one that he put out, but before that, where Jay was on it and kind of like, produced everything.
oh, yeah.
And that album to me was amazing. But the thing that was so like to this day touches my heart is that you know, Jay Electronica, I believe, is Muslim, and Jay Z, I don't think that he is.
He fluctuates.
He fluctuates, right? But also, I don't want to talk on people because I don't know them personally, but I've
Facts.
also heard, other spiritual practices in which other people have, practiced.
Hmm.
And so, but just to see that even though Jay Z may not be a Muslim, right? The
Hmm.
fact that he's on Jay Electronica's albums talking about Allah, that to me that is the highest respect, That's not what I call my God, but that's what you call him. So, I just
And
got
names, we getting
chills.
caught up in weird stuff like
And names, it's not the name, it's the energy. You think that God,
vibration is it.
I always tell people, you think that God created all these regions in the world and said English and Christianity is the only practice that you're going to know? People around the world don't know English, don't know that's not their traditional language. That's
It's
not
not
their
even
indigenous language.
that's
Indigenous
not even the
language.
limitation to it. The limitation is just like because like I said, I studied theology for 10 years
Mhm.
before I picked up a
Mhm.
camera, and I'm like, my thing is when with anybody because I try to do this with my work as well. Make it as simple as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I say all these labels, all
why
these
are
for
you trying to
what?
complicate I feel like when people try to complicate things, they want you to be bamboozled so that they can
That's
pull one
right.
over on you.
That's
And I'm
right.
like, if because people are like, oh well, you don't know what God is. Because I'm like, I'm constantly on set trying to explain to my models. I'm like, yo, son, last time I checked, life came through you.
Ashe.
What are you talking about right now? Like you
Ashe.
sound goofy to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to understand that when I'm photographing you, I see beyond your Instagram page. That's why I don't even like going like I don't even like following my models
Yeah.
on social media. I don't
Yeah.
because the moment I see them as a human, I
Mm-hmm.
can't unsee it. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I see you on your Instagram and you doing goofy ass stuff, listening to like the degenerate music or whatever,
Yeah.
like literally murdering the sacred feminine in you, I can't unsee it on
Yeah.
set.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'd rather just not see
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I'm just like, you're an avatar. If you don't want to claim that you're God, then that's fine. All right, I
Mm-hmm.
could roll with that. Let's just call you an avatar then.
Yeah.
Let's just say that you're an avatar for the divine feminine, the
Mm-hmm.
sacred feminine. And then usually I can work with that with them.
Mm-hmm.
They'll loosen up a little bit because they want to be sexy so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't get it. Like, if we break down the word sexy, it means that is which is sexual. Is that what we're reducing ourselves
Yeah.
to?
Yeah.
And if that's what you want to do, that's fine because I see that that gets a lot of people a lot of attention. But
Mm-hmm.
all I want you to do is to understand that there's some little girl in some country you will never visit who is watching you,
Mm-hmm.
and she really believes in you. And you may not see yourself as God because you don't think that your 20,000 followers mean anything, but to her they do.
Mm-hmm.
And everything you say and everything you do on that page, because you don't notice them little accounts that follow you.
Right.
I do though.
Right.
So I can't risk my spirituality and take a degenerate photograph
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because I hurt the community.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just set us backwards because I know that there's so many photographers out there that have no problem with murdering the image of their goddesses, of their
Mm-hmm.
queens, of their mothers, of their sisters. They don't
Mm-hmm.
care.
Mm-hmm.
It's low vibrational to them. They picked up a camera because they want to take those photos and whatever they do. But I know I'm responsible for my photographs.
Mm-hmm.
I will stand behind anything I take because for one, I stand before the creator every night and every morning. But two, I have a community,
Mm-hmm.
my family.
Yeah.
They're not in the fashion industry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I gotta make my granny proud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can't go and do silly, goofy stuff like take
Mm-hmm.
dumb photographs that are going to hurt my family.
Yeah.
That's the number one community. Hurt my people. That's the number two community. Hurt my nation. My nation,
Mm-hmm.
that's all black people everywhere in the world. That's my nation.
Yeah.
Not in the United States. That's my country I live in.
Yeah.
My nation. I say black because it's a blanket term.
That's right.
Because we like to divide ourselves like, I'm Jamaican, I'm Haitian. Shut the hell up. That slave boat dropped your ass off on that island and dropped you off on that island.
Yeah.
I don't get caught up in that stuff. So my nation, call it black.
Mm-hmm.
But my
Yeah.
community, my culture, African American, because I'm half African and I'm half
Mm-hmm.
American. I
I
make it
think I
really
look at
simple.
that as culture too, though. So, for instance, like I get what you're saying about Black
Mm-hmm.
people, but I also get with when people say, I don't agree with you not saying that you're not Black, but also I understand why you're saying you're Jamaican or you're
That's nationalism.
Brazilian or
Sure.
that's your culture. Um, but there is also the culture of America, Black American culture, and yeah.
I learned because my upbringing, I never
Mhm.
wanted to divide myself and call myself African American. I'm like, I'm
Mhm.
black
Mhm.
because I didn't want to be separated from my family in
Mhm.
continental Africa
Absolutely.
until I went to continental Africa.
Yeah.
Then I realized I was like, oh crap,
Yeah.
we're the same, but we're not the same.
Mhm.
Going over there, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's not a Nigeria is not a culture.
Yeah.
It's not. There's Yoruba is a culture, or
Ashe.
like
Ashe.
everything is like. So then my mind got open. I was like, because even here, it's not division, it's just branches
Mhm.
from the
Mhm.
same tree.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I don't want to get caught up in the branches and forget the tree. You
Ashe.
see what I'm saying?
Ashe.
But when I
Mhm.
went to continental Africa and I visited different cultures in there, and I'm like, wow, my people in America, we're very different. We
Mhm.
look the same as you,
Mhm.
but we're different. Our culture is
Mhm.
different. Our
Mhm.
history is different. And so then I started really like celebrating my African American culture because
Mhm.
I'm like, no, it doesn't mean that I separate from my African culture. It's just we have a unique culture here, and I'm
That's
so
right.
proud of it.
That's
And
right.
so like then I got excited because I'm like, now I want to express it. I want to celebrate it. I want to glorify
Mhm.
it because we can get lost when you just call us black.
And I was going to say, in a way, it feels like now like a sense of identity, right? And because we don't,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of Black people don't know where they come from. Like, keep it a buck. So you can't
100%.
take away uh Black American culture because we don't know exactly in Africa where we're from. Like that's
But that's the
also.
beauty of it. Think about it like this. Because I know that my ancestors were taken from multiple different cultures on the
Hmm.
continent before they got here, I can claim the whole continent now.
That's right.
So can't nobody be like, "Oh, you're West African."
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. Yeah,
So I
yeah,
claim it
yeah.
all.
Yeah. Ashe.
My great teacher Marcus Garvey said, "The whole. Why would I want an island when I got a whole continent over there? Any place I step my foot on, my ancestors could have been from there. So
Ashe.
I could claim the whole continent, but I still have this rich, unique culture here that has a community too.
Mm-hmm.
And I love sharing it when I do go home to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, that's how y'all doing that little dance thing y'all doing? Well, we do it a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then we sit up there and look at each other. We grow together. Or when I can sit up there and take this USD, this US dollars, and I can go to the market over in Ethiopia and buy out a whole table of goods that, come on, man,
Yeah.
that trickle down effect. That's community. I'm sitting up there, I'm like, yeah, I am still your brother, even though I'm over here.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna take this money where it's worth more and I'm gonna bring it right back here. Why? Because
That's what
other
the
communities have
Chinese
been doing
do.
it for, I was just saying it, the other communities have
Okay.
been doing it.
I
Come
live in
on.
I live in the Bronx in Parkchester. And that whole before like where I'm living now, my grandfather had this apartment since the 70s. My mother was raised here. I was raised up here up until a point, and of course left, came back, and now I'm back when he passed in 2021. I from the 80s up until I don't even know when Parkchester changed, but in that time it was first of all you had to be you had to be white to live in Parkchester. Like if you were a black person, let alone a black man to live there, that you were like the black man, okay? You were the black man,
Yeah.
okay? And so, my grandfather, he worked for he was in the military. He came from Alabama, military, worked MTA, then, had all these businesses, trans union, all these things. So, of course, on paper, he's the existential black man, right? And so
Yeah.
that's why he was able to move here. But that neighborhood back then was again white, and then all of a sudden, a few more black people came in, but mainly white. And then you got your Puerto Ricans are starting to trickle in, and then the Italian had the meat market. Now it's completely Indian Muslim slash African Muslim neighborhood, which I'm here, and there's some people that are still here that from back then. But when I
But did
tell
you learn
you,
from them though?
I love my neighborhood, yo. I
That's what
love.
I'm saying. Like, if you learn from
Oh yeah,
them,
yeah, yeah.
because like that's what they do. They come and they believe in unity, which I get tired of people saying we're not unified. We're not because we were strategically broken apart. It's not like we chose to not be
Yeah,
unified. Come on,
yeah,
let's not be goofy. We
yeah,
were attacked to
yeah.
be separated. So when everybody else comes in, they don't have to deal with that. Our people, they took those blunts, those nooses that fire those hoses, so that you could come here and maintain your community.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. But we have to learn that our resources are only valuable together. I mean, and I watched how like there was a wave of Indians that came into the country, and I saw everybody complaining like, "Oh, the Indians." I was like, "Y'all need to chill,
Yeah,
sit back, watch, learn,
yeah.
and listen. Y'all too busy thinking that they're a threat. They're not a threat. The only threat that we have is our disunification. That's it. I watched how they came and they built an entire community out of nothing.
And they send home for the
They
next
took
one to
that
come,
money, they
and they
sent it
send
right
home
back
for
there.
the
I can't
next one
even
to come.
imagine how much 20,000 converted into rupees is. They still go back home and build their mansions. We feel like we don't have no place to go back to, but we do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Land is cheap in Africa, black people.
Yeah,
They could use our resources. Oh,
yeah.
so you're sitting up here and you be like, guess what? So Vogue and Harper's and Elle magazine, they don't want to show black young designers.
So
Start your own magazine.
that's right.
You goofy asses, you lazy.
That's
Stop
right.
complaining. Oh, Fashion Week was never for us. Right. But
Yeah.
did you support Harlem's Fashion Week?
Okay.
No, y'all
Okay.
sit up there and called it ghetto. Of course. It had limited resources. Why? Because we didn't get together as a community and own it. That's our problem. Why? Because we think that anytime that it's just all black people, then it's too much black people.
Yeah.
Nobody ever says that when the Chinese get together and they do an all Chinese production, or when the Indians or the Bengalis or nobody ever says. But when black people get together, it's ghetto all of a sudden because it's all black. I refuse to accept that.
That's right.
I refuse to accept that. And I'm welcoming to anyone who wants to collaborate, but understand you're
Yeah.
collaborating.
Yeah.
My community comes first with me. That's
Yeah.
just that.
Yeah.
That's just that. It's too many of us with all of this talent that just get Louis Vuitton to where we go and they go and grab a Pharrell and blackface it, but that money still goes back into their communities.
It was somebody I was watching. I don't remember this man, this elder man, black man. I don't remember. It just randomly popped on my feed, and yeah, that's what he was saying. Like, we're stupid. You're spending whatever you're spending on this bag. That's going back to them. It has nothing to do with building our community.
My neighbor in Brooklyn told me this. He's Jewish, of course. It's Brooklyn. It was Williamsburg at the time. He was like, our money circulates three times, cycles three times in our community before it ever leaves the Jewish community. And once it does leave the Jewish community, it goes into the greater
Mm-hmm.
market. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't go to the Jamaicans or the Haitians or no, 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 no. It goes three times cycle into the Jewish community. And I was like, I have nothing but respect for that.
Mm-hmm.
While everybody else is like, oh, well, they just keep everything. We should too.
That's right.
That's our problem. We don't gatekeep our culture.
Mm-hmm.
When Vogue magazine goes and puts an oversized jersey dress on a European model and she's sitting on an Oldsmobile and we don't have anything to say about that, that's our fault. That's our fault. When
Well,
they
the
go and
the
give,
baggy the baggy now I think I've seen like it's the baggy jeans and the baggy look and all the new designers. I'm like, we and then we were thugs.
yeah, you told me my fat farm, you told me my Pele Pele, my all that, you told me that was ghetto. Now you call it what is it? Well, street fashion, streetwear, whatever they call it now.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
because our community didn't gatekeep. We let you go and take our music and put it on your runways for free. We go and we let you call our women ghetto because of their hair, and then you go and take their hairstyles, you take their makeup styles. You're gonna call that ghetto, and then you take it. You say that us, my brothers and I, we dress like thugs,
Hmm.
but then you go and make oversized leather baggy pants.
Exactly.
Oh, they're just loose leg. No, stop playing. No, we're the ones playing. They're not
Hmm.
playing.
Yeah, you're
They're
right.
doing the right thing. They
You're
see
right.
something valuable, our culture, and they take that culture and they make money off of it as they
Hmm.
should in the market.
Yeah.
Because we did. We just sitting around watching it and looking at it on social media instead of monopolizing it. That's goofy energy to me. I I'm sorry, I'll take a pay cut if it means
Hmm.
that I'm working with a black designer. I don't care
Hmm.
what you say. I don't care. They can't afford the same thing. But I know that I can add value to my
That's
brothers and
right.
my sisters. I know I can. I know that I've already went and taken enough arrows from the industry to be able to make some phone calls and get some things made for my people.
Ashe.
That's
Ashe.
fine with me. Whatever.
Hmm.
Because it goes back to what you said. I've embraced my authentic self.
Hmm.
I'm not trying to be like that posh Shamayim
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
market. No, this is who I am. Yeah, I can take it or you can go suck a dick. I don't care either way.
That's it. That's
I
it.
don't care. Because I'm like, they're not, Why are we stressing ourselves about people who aren't hiring us?
or not giving us likes or all these like it doesn't matter. I remember when I was living in Charlotte around the time that I told you that I first kind of discovered you, and there was this model casting in Atlanta. So I drove 3 hours to Atlanta. I used to go to Atlanta like every weekend, literally. Drove 3 hours to Atlanta to do this casting. And I'm so excited because, they chose me. And I'm like, oh, one of the models, I'm like, this was my like model career, quote unquote. And that's why I was like, fuck this shit. I'm not doing this no more. So, yeah, go to Atlanta, and I'm talking to the guy, and the first thing he says, and this is when social media, or at least Instagram, had just started, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I went on here, and I'm taking my pictures how I take it because I actually love arts. I love my body. I love to look weird and look, like you said, like a god and just different.
Not like a
I
god,
just
you
did
are.
that. I just did that naturally. That just was what I liked and how I posted on my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna ask me, how many followers do you have? I said, huh? But when I say it was like the beginning, like I didn't even know followers was like a thing. I'm like, I probably had, I don't know, like 30 followers at the time. I'm like, 30? I don't, oh yeah, well, you got to get your followings up and to model?
Yeah,
Like,
that was God speaking to you.
oh,
You didn't listen though.
absolutely. Oh,
He was telling you
absolutely.
back then
Oh,
what you needed
absolutely.
in order to be what you wanted to be today. But we get caught up. Like, why do I need that?
But
Nah.
I'm no, it's not even that why I need that, but I'm also not if I wasn't the artist that I'm trying to be and or the artist that I am and even this creative conversations is a newer platform for myself as well. If I was not doing this, I would not be on social media. Like my natural energy is not to be posting all the time and just it's just not that, which I'm going to go back to my natural energy because I felt like I had to post all the time for people to see me, to for people to like what I do or to engage in my posts, which I understand, yes, you have to have that engagement, but I can do that without having to post all the time by having the, like you say, the value in what it is that you're posting. It's for me, it's quality over quantity.
Then consider this. Would you, by going back to not posting, would that be serving you or would that be serving your greater purpose? Because to me, I was on that same path before last year. I was just like, I don't like social media. I don't
Hmm.
want to be on here. If I was booking enough clients to where I didn't have to have my brand on here, I would be out. Oh, that was so selfish of me. I'm not on here for Shamayim, not for Shamayim's glory.
Hmm.
I gotta be on here. I gotta show my face. I gotta let these little black boys know that we're out here. Because if I go silent because I don't feel like dealing with that goofy energy,
Hmm.
it's not me that's hurt. It's them. They need to see it. This
Ashe.
ain't about me. This is about the fact that I am not about to trust the immortalization of my women to other people. So I gotta be on here.
Hmm.
That's how I see it.
Hmm.
Not only do I have to be on here for me, but my dad, my grandma, they
Hmm.
told me to be famous.
Ashe.
And I fought against them my whole life, my whole career. I don't want to be famous. I just want the
Hmm.
money. You can keep the
Right.
fame. Granny said, you want to get to the money, you got to get through the fame too.
Ashe.
That's why it's called social media. Because if I was to just go into my bat cave like I want to, how am I going to form that community? I can't. I'm not getting out there in the world and meeting people in the real matrix. I'm
Hmm.
not, that's not me. I don't go up and just talk to random people.
Yeah.
I can hear though. And I can speak in my natural tone.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm meeting so many incredible souls all around the world that I would not have had access to. Last three women I dated were from different countries.
Yeah.
I would have never even met them. They would have
Yeah.
never changed my life. And they have each changed my life.
Hmm.
I have learned to expand myself because of these women from their different backgrounds.
Hmm.
that I met on social media.
Mm-hmm.
This is a beautiful thing. We got to look at it like everything is the voice of God. Because there's only one God. There's no devil.
Mm-hmm. Ashe.
So the social media can't be evil because
Mm-hmm.
there's no devil. There's
Ashe.
no adversary. So I look at this. If I see goofy stuff on my timeline feed, block,
Mm-hmm.
block. Don't show me that no more. Block.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have a beautifully curated timeline. I'd be like, why everybody complaining about social media? It's great.
My timeline on Creative Conversations is
Well, see,
I love it.
because
My
once you've
timeline on
curated
my
it,
personal
now
page.
you're going to be curated. Don't worry about that. One at a time. Curate your tribe just like you curated that feed. That's what I'm doing. I don't care if it's just 3 of us at brunch. One
Right.
day it may be 4. We may look up and it's 10 in divine time. I'm not
Ashe.
rushing nothing no more. I don't make no more plans. I used to be a big plan maker.
Mm-hmm.
Now after last year, I throw all plans away. Trust me, the universe could care less about our plans. It doesn't care. What I learned is to set intentions.
Mm-hmm.
These are my intentions. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to do this. I'm going to have this shoot. I'm going to have this client. Plans? Because there's a higher force out there saw all these different ways to get there that I didn't see. So if I made plans, I'm blocking my way from different ways of getting to where I want. Nah. God is infinite. So I'm gonna
Ashe.
let God do what God does. And
Ashe.
sit back and just say, this is what my intention is. I want this.
You know, God and the divine always, and my ancestors always give me little, like, Creative Conversations was a little gem, right? Like you
Mm.
said, with Dear Industry, it was something that you had for a couple of years. I had Creative Conversations for probably the beginning of the pandemic. I just didn't know, like, they gave it to me. I just didn't know what it was or what to do with it. And I was trying to figure it out, but like you said, it just wasn't authentic. It didn't feel like
You
this is
weren't
what it
ready.
is. Yeah, I wasn't
It was
ready.
ready. The
I
idea was
wasn't
ready.
ready.
That's fine though. My thing is this. We have to learn that the watch time, of course that doesn't exist. But
Mm-hmm.
time, there is a thing
Mm-hmm.
called time. And which is why it says that's why we have seasons. You were being built up to
Ashe.
be able to be the vessel for your platform. You
That's
weren't
right.
you weren't big enough as a vessel at that time. That's why same with me. I was too insecure.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody would have went, if I would have made a video then and posted and somebody would have made a comment that was that would have shook me. I would have been like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Now if come on, I dare you.
When I first got on here, the first one I did, I was like, I was so scared. Like, oh my God, people are gonna see me. I'm live. Like, now I'm like, oh, it's a conversation. That's why it's literally a conversation. And you're more aligned to probably the people that you're talking to than not.
Even if it's just one other person viewing the
Oh
conversation,
yeah,
that's more valuable to me than a million bots,
that's right.
a million individuals who came on here just to sit up there and lower the frequency of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, I've learned value.
Yeah,
And that's where community is, where it shines the best.
Ashe.
When community allows you to see your value through other people, because we don't usually see our own value. But when
Mm-hmm.
you have a
Oh.
community, they pour into you, and then you get to see how valuable you are because they're always telling you, what are you talking about? Like, look how easy it is for you to
Mm-hmm.
talk to people. Look at how great you are with this design. Why did you choose that color? I would have never thought of that. Community pours that into you.
Ashe.
Then you like, you know what? There's no way I'm gonna step out here and charge this little. When they don't gas me up this much, you be
So
like,
that's
no,
where
I'm
I'm at. That's where exactly where I'm at right now. And what I said to you earlier about, I've always worried about everybody else but myself.
they don't exist until you look at them. They don't exist.
And that's
And
exactly
it's
where
not,
I'm on.
I'm not trying to say that to lower
No, no,
their
no. I
soul or
get it.
spirit or
Yeah.
whatever. I believe that what you're experiencing right now is your unique, personal, individual reality.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't see them, out of sight, out of mind is real.
Yep.
So that audience that we thought that we were creating the content for doesn't exist. We were really afraid of being vulnerable.
Yes.
That's what it really was.
Yeah.
Because I myself I felt like I had maintained this brand of being so polished and professional for so long that I didn't want to come out with something that I felt like was lower than that quality.
Yes.
It
Yes.
wasn't lower than the quality. It was more authentic than anything I had been posting before. Anything that I had been posting before. So before I used to write these long captions up under my photography, and I was just
Mm-hmm.
going into like the philosophy behind the
Yeah.
photograph until I realized I was like, these people aren't even reading this crap. All right, that's fine. I have to find another way to get it through to you because my art is more than just the photograph.
Yeah.
It's also the energy behind it. It's also the purpose behind it. It's also the glory behind it. And I know that people don't like to use that word glory. I do. It sounds sexy as hell coming out of my
Mm-hmm.
mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I bring glory to my people. I bring
Ashe.
glory to my father. I bring glory
Ashe.
to God.
Yeah.
So,
It's a
like,
fact.
when you have a community and they're pouring that value into you, you pour glory back into them.
That's right.
It's a cycle.
That's
Community
right.
is a cycle. Social media, if it's used as a community, it becomes a huge, beautiful cycle.
Mm-hmm.
All of the women I've loved, I met off of social media.
Mm-hmm.
All of my closest friends as an adult, I met off of social media.
Mm-hmm.
All of my greatest collaborators, I met off of social media.
Yeah.
I am able to travel the world multiple times a year because of social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I just forgot the first word, social. This is about social. It's about connecting. It's about community. That's why what you're doing is so important because so
Mm-hmm.
many of us just are afraid to just reach out and be like, hey, can we have a conversation? I don't want anything other than that. I don't want
Yeah.
any money. Like I don't
And
have
I
that many
thank you
followers. I
so
just want a
much for being
conversation.
so open to that, right? Because again, the hierarchy of one's talent or whoever they are, I always said like I'm gonna continue to reach out to who I feel is in alignment with where the conversations go at the moment.
All they're gonna say is no or yes.
No or yes. No or
It's so
yes.
simple.
But also like my whole thing behind it was like, oh, they see that I have 3,000 followers. They're gonna be like, who the hell is this? But I'm like, you know what? That is the discernment that God is giving me.
Man. And there were 3,000. What if one? Because 3,000 is a lot. I don't care what nobody says. People need
Yeah.
to really do the math on stuff.
Yeah.
When we were in school in the United States, it was 30 chairs to a
Yeah.
classroom.
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
When you went to the auditorium, that's like a couple of hundred. That's a lot. So
Yeah.
you got 3,000. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So my thing is this. Even if I do come on your platform, first of all, I only say yes to things that I feel like I'm aligned with. Even if I don't feel like it, whatever. I feel like if
Hmm.
it comes my way, it's supposed to come my way because nothing that is and out of alignment with me will ever reach me. Nothing that is
That's
out of
shit.
alignment with me will never reach me.
That's shit.
So I'm like, sure, okay, whatever. Let's do it. And then you're like, I felt like it came right after I feel like I put something, a seed out into the universe,
Hmm.
talking about social media, talking about
Hmm.
community,
Hmm.
and that seed just grew really quickly.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would have been a disservice to God's message that God was trying to deliver through me if I would have said
Hmm.
no. Like,
Hmm.
really? You just said dot, dot, dot.
Yeah.
And I sent
Yeah.
this to you, and you're going to be like, I don't have time
Yeah.
for this. Like, because I was even telling my sister tonight, I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm tired and I really don't feel like going on live, but I gave her
I'm
my word.
tired as shit. What? I've been in bed. I've been literally sleep all fucking day. I had I vended last night. I am beat, but
But
I'm
just like
so happy that I'm
I actually
so
got to go
happy
eat
that
dinner
we
right
did
now.
this.
But it's funny because it's like sometimes the most powerful word isn't no, it's yes
Mhm.
to the right things.
Mhm.
And we have to learn how to have spiritual discernment.
Ashe.
We've lost that skill somehow because we think too much instead of allowing ourselves to feel,
Ashe.
you know. This is a weird industry, but we can
Mhm.
create our own.
Ashe.
If you're out here, you saying you're designing accessories,
Shoe, yeah, yeah, shoes, jackets. I'm evolving as it started as shoes, but I'm evolving with it.
This is the beginning of community.
Ashe.
You get your stuff together, you reach out to me, I reach out to other people. We can
Yeah,
sit down, we can get together, have a nice little little drop. I'm like, this
yeah,
is what I'm working on right now.
yeah.
This is what you're working on. This is what they're working on. We can all put it in there. This is how everything has always gone in the creative community. I don't know why we got out of this.
Because everybody wants to be on top, and they want to be.
I
They
don't want to be
they
there by myself.
they did it in the mud, and
I don't want to
they're
be
the
up there by
ones.
myself. I'm sorry. I'd rather be up there at the top with my tribe, laughing
That
at the
is
peasants down there.
success. That is success. If you can only do it for yourself and not build the community around that, then what is the point? Then what is the point?
Exactly. There is none. Well, maybe they have a point. I don't know. It's no point for me though.
There's no longevity in that. So now when
It's
you're
not
gone,
sustainable.
it's not
We can't
sustainable.
do it by
So
ourselves.
when
I'm
you're
telling
gone and done, who's
you,
supposed
can't.
to, that's it. It goes with you.
But if you have this community, let's say I'm gonna use Virgil
Mm-hmm.
as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't the biggest fan of his design work, but I'm a fan of his movement.
Mm-hmm.
He had community.
Yeah.
That brother knew how to build community. This brother is might as well still be alive to this day
Mm-hmm.
because his
Ibaye.
community is holding him down
Mm-hmm.
forever. They
Yeah.
talk about him, they rap about him, they sing about him. That's why I was like, oh wow, okay, yeah, I can scream Shamayim's praises all day long, but if Shamayim was to drop dead tonight and my family dropped dead in the next 30 years, who's still going to be singing? It's worth investing in
Yeah.
community. Um, I have a lot of work that I feel like represents my people,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like if I give it to my community, they can make it go further.
Yeah.
That's why community is important.
Ashe.
So if each of us can contribute to each of us, we all get
Imagine where
filled
we
up
would be, man.
way
Imagine where we
further,
would be.
way further. And
Ah,
it's enough money out here for everybody to get rich, really rich, really, really rich.
yeah.
And not just in money, but in experiences, in life in general.
Enjoy. Enjoy.
Absolutely. So this is the beginning. I feel like I pray that you continue to do this,
Thank you so much.
even when it gets slow, because it's going to get slow
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, I'll hop back on here whenever you feel like it's getting slow. I don't
Yeah.
care. It's all good. We can work it out.
I appreciate that.
I have a slew of individuals I'd love to recommend to you to reach out
Absolutely.
to keep the conversation going.
Thank you.
And once you keep it going, let me know. I'll happily help you promote it
Absolutely.
because we need more of this.
I
But I'm
appreciate that.
hungry, so I'm about to hop off this thing.
Okay, can I do one thing before you
For
leave? I
sure,
always
for
pull an
sure.
affirmation card just to see what the message is for the collective.
That sounds good.
I
Let's do
have
it.
my sister, her name is Loni, created by Loni. She created this deck of affirmations. This is all
Oh,
her
cool.
artwork on here. So we're just going to pull a
Nice.
card
Okay,
and just to see what the
let's
message,
do it.
the collective message for the ending is. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. This was an amazing conversation. Guys, this is going to be posted on the Creative Conversations page. There'll be clips of this conversation, and then on the Creative Conversations YouTube page. And I'll link all of that between the two pages. So, um, I attract abundance in my life through being organized.
Mmm, I like his outfit.
I
Okay,
attract abundance in my life through being organized. So, thank you.
thank you. And I appreciate you. And the
Absolutely.
community is going to appreciate you when they see how valuable what your contribution is.
Ashe. Thank you so much. And we'll talk again for sure.
Absolutely.
Enjoy your
Be
dinner.
blessed.
You
Thank you.
too. Peace.